Hello everyone, it's I, Mike X here with another Dragalia Last Summon Showcase video, and today I'm going to be talking about the Dragalia remix, and what we're getting. So, first of all, the patch Dragalia summon is Gala, which, if you're having trouble with, Legend Ayaha Notaha, and you don't have her, get her. She makes that fight trivial, especially with her especially with her mana spiral. Anyway, we now want to talk about but the new characters are Basilius, a wind wand, and Sandalphon, a water staff. So let's talk about the new ones. First is Basilius. So he has this gimmick where, well, just like the other apostles, he has a sigil release thing. But let's talk about his unique thing. He has two modes of combat, which are close quarter combat and ranged combat, where sigil release uses the best of both, combines the effects of both of them. So close quarters combat is, you can guess, is all about close quarters, but it does more damage. So his close quarters combat deals damage to surrounding enemies and reduces their strength, which it reduces their strength and grants the user defense amp. While during range combat, it deals damage to target nearby enemies and inflicts storm stars. Sigil release deals damage to surrounding enemies, so it uses the effect range of the close quarters combat, it seems, but it has all the effects of both the range combat and the close quarters. So the first one does 1734, at strength minus 20%. And that lasts for 15 seconds. It does not stack. And it gives them defense amp, which max level team defense amp of level 2. The range combat does 280 times 4, which is 1120% mods. Sorry about that. That was something else. Anyway, this one does inflict storm slash for 21 inflict storm slash. And the SP is 3148. His sigil release does 313 times 7, which is 2191% mods, and it does all the effects before. So yeah, that's his first skill, Ventus Impalement. His second skill is Spiritus Sanction, where his course quarter ones deals damage to enemies directly ahead, dispels one buff from each target, and creates a debuff zone around the user that reduces the defense of enemies inside it, while the ranged one deals damage to enemies in a line of inflict storm stars. And sigil release deals damage to enemies directly ahead, dispels one buff from each target, reduces their defense, and inflicts storm slash. So this one doesn't create a debuff zone, it seems like. But yeah, this one's actually an improvement over the other. The sigil release version. So the first course quarters is 1903. His range combat does 307 times 5, which is 1535 for his sigil release does 453 times 5, which is 2265. And as you can see, yeah, it does this stuff. It seems like his storm slash on his second skill doesn't do as much during ranged, is not as much. And also, but during his sigil release, defense minus 10% and dispels a buff. He's actually pretty. Anyway, so skill damage, above 10 hits equals water red. And then there's his ability, Michael's Covenant 2. So, Lock Sigil for 300 seconds. Lock Sigil debuff of the user for 300 seconds. Against the user, unique force strike that deals damage to multiple targets and enemies near those targets, and there's 3 charge levels. The number of enemies this first strike targets increases based on how many levels are charged. Also creates a combat zone around the user and grants the user 1 or 2 combat styles. Close combat quarters or ranged. If there are any enemies within this combat zone, the user will engage in a close quarter combat. Otherwise, they would default to ranged combat. So that's how it works, yeah. The user's standard attack patterns and effects activated by their first and second skills will change based on the combat style. Lock Sigil's remaining time will be reduced by 15 seconds for every 25 hit combo. So we know we're getting Uriel and Michael. So if I'm gonna have to guess, Michael's ability might have something to do with this, which is either gonna be involving this close quarters or range thing, or it could be like involving this with the 25 hit combo, where his is like gonna be like a flurry thing. Oops, sorry. Yeah. Anyway, like scissors. Yeah, every 25 hit combo. So that's actually pretty dang good. After activating this effect, will not activate again for 8 seconds. When the lock scissors effect wears off, the user will be granted the sigil released effect instead. Sigil released removes the user's combat zone and combat styles and grants them a unique force strike with 1 charge level. This force strike has the same effect as the user's force strike at level 3 during lock sigil. Also, during sigil release, the user's standard attack patterns will change, and the user's first and second skills will activate different effects. So yeah, Bagraz equals, so it's a Bagraz unit, but here's the biggest thing. 15 heads equals over damage. Mind you, it's only, yeah, for every 15 hit combo, grants over damage based on 30% of the user's strength. Mind you, it's only 30%, but yeah, that's actually really good. So yeah, he's all about keeping combo. It seems like. So it's all about keeping combo, which makes me hope that we're going to be getting, which makes me think Michael's is going to be like flurry stuff and it's going to be really good. Anyway, Sandalphon, yeah, they didn't make her into dragon. They made her into a adventurer and it's a staff. So, oh yeah, the shared skill, he does have a shared skill, and it's his second one, which is actually really good because, well, we'll have to wait and see. Oh wait, it's the third. So it's 13, 4, 13. That's actually kind of high, but for the fact that it does it for 20, it's got a amount of 2265, and it also inflicts storm slash and defense down for a dispel. That's actually really good. Anyway, so first of all, Sandalphon's skills. Her shared version is Angelic Praise. Considers one of the user's skill reservoir. Restores HP to all teammates. Continues gradually healing over time and activates additional effects based on which of the following. But the user has Conditional Protocol, which grants over damage to the entire team. And Concentration Protocol grants the user the rapid analysis effect. If this skill is used while shifted, a variant called Celestial Skill will be used instead. Celestial Skill deals damage to surrounding enemies, and the user has rapid analysis, consumes 1 rapid analysis stack. Then restores HP to our teammates and immediately registers the skill for use. Which, if I'm gonna have to guess, anyway, if people were gonna use the skill, which, yeah, it seems like the skill version they're going to use is this one. So it's actually a pretty good skill. So if I'm going to have to guess, well, this one they're not going to use the protocol thing. So they're just going to do like the HP reach and over damage thing. But anyway, I think what it seems to be like, it use the coordination protocol first to get over damage, and after that you switch over to concentration protocol, and keep using that until you get up to 3 times or until over damage runs out. Which in case you go back to the other one. Until you're shapeshifted. And yeah, so you want to have at least 3 of them so you can heal. Yeah. So then, Angelic Wings. Consumes 1 level of the user's skill reservoir. Restores HP to all teammates. Yeah, it seems like it's got a skill reservoir. It restores HP to all teammates and activates additional effects based on which of the following buffs the user has. Coordination Protocol removes all afflictions from the entire team and increases the max HP of adventurers from whom afflictions have been removed. Concentration Protocol partially fits the user's unique shapeshift gauge. If the skills used are shapeshifted, the variant called celestial casting. Oh yeah, the first skill does 1329 times 2, which is when you're in shapeshift. So that's about 2658. That's actually really good. Anyway, the skills used are shapeshift, a variant called celestial casting will be used instead. Where celestial casting deals damage to surrounding enemies, inflicts frostbite, and inflicts one of the following. Yeah, so poison, burn, paralysis, storm slash, frostbite, shine up, light, scorch wind. Also, the user has rapid analysis. Celestial casting consumes one rapid analysis stack. Then restores the HP to all teammates and immediately readies the skill for use. Yeah. Anyway. Ooh, that's some good at shapeshift energy. 600. And then HP plus 30%. Friction recovery, all frictions. When shapeshifted, yeah, it could be any of those. And let's see. 313 times 7. That's 2191. It's actually pretty good chances. Anyway. Vengeful Shield 5. If the team members attempt to water grants them a 1-year shield that notifies damage to 25% at their maximum HP when they are hit by attack that inflicts an affliction. After activating, this ability won't not activate again for 20 seconds. The shield does not stack with any other shield. Any other shield of the same type benefits your whole team. Heavenly Wings 2 grants the user a unique shapeshift in which the user uses their heavenly wings and replaces the dragon gauge with the unique shapeshift gauge. Tapping the gauge after a failed to certain threshold will allow the user to shapeshift, and when shapeshifting, the user will unleash their heavenly wings to transform into the unique form regardless of what rank they equip with by tapping the gauge a second time or after the gauge has been consumed. Yeah, it returns to the original form. While shapeshifted, the user standard attack will fill the unique shapeshift gauge. Also grants the user a skill reservoir with 3 levels. The skill reservoir is filled when using standard attacks, where the first strikes connect with enemies, or by other conditions that fail skill gauges. In addition, at the start of quest, grants the user the coordination protocol effect. If the user continues to charge their first strike, the effect granted to them will change every 1.5 seconds. The effect cycles between the coordination protocol and concentration protocol effects. Using the user's first and second skills, including their skills for safety, will grant them a defense amp with a maximum teammate level of 3. After the amp is granted, the ability not granted again for 20 seconds. Thank you, at least this time. Because most abilities don't do that. Usually have 30 seconds, which is still big because you run out in 30 seconds for a team amp on level 1, so it's like impossible to get up to team amp level 1 by yourself. But at least this one now you do. Or get past team amp level 1 by yourself, so at least this one now you can. Oh wait, I forgot you have to get it up to. Anyway, so stun res and then combat coordinator 2. The user's unique shapeshift gauge is partially filled when their HP is restored. After activating this ability, when not active again for 10 seconds. Nice. And Gala is saying Holy Accord, strength plus 30%, celestial consent does 1343.1 times 3, which is 4,029.3% Raj. Skill fails automatic. Skill energy required is fails automatically. Gives you a shield. Frame res, yeah. Combo time. Divine Oath, which gives you knockback immunity, resists both stun and burning, and punch strength. So, should you summon on these characters? Honestly, well, you're going to be summoning at least 3, but I want to go after them technically. Well, maybe. Basilius is probably going to be... Basilius seems to be a counter to Iblis. And Sandalphon and what's her name again? Vagina might be counters to Suitor. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you like this video, please click the like button and leave a comment down below. As if you haven't already, please go to the channel, click the notification bell. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.